Hello everyone. This is Kranti. Who is on the call? Hi, Shravya. Hello, who is on the call? Please, can you explain something about yourself? So then, before we go into the class, I would like to know what does the technology background you have. So then, I will go on the slow pace or fast pace based on your experience. So before we go into the class, so Anusha, are you there? Please, can you explain about yourself? What kind of background you have? Hello? Hel- Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, please, can you give me just a little bit about yourself, what kind of background you have, and so what technologies you know in IT? So, mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So you have a background in the SQL Server DBA experience? Okay. Okay, that's nice. And I think uh, Manasa, can you explain what kind of background you have and what you know about some IT experience? Hello? Is there Manasa? Can you explain? Yeah, can you explain some information what you know about IT? Then everybody knows where you are. So, okay. So, okay. Okay. So I can understand. So you don't know any background about tables or any IT technologies, right? Okay. Okay, no problem. We will start over from the scratch. And there are other students participated, but I can't hear any voice from them. So I would like to know. Yes. Hi, Sushma. Yep. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Then if you have some programming background, then yeah, you can easily understand the process. So that should be plus. But I mean, if you don't have any IT background, you don't have to worry about it because we will start over from the scratch, and I will explain how the IT organization works. And also, there is a one more student joined. Sandhya, can you hear my voice, or do you connect your voice? Yes, Sandhya, please can you explain some information about yourself? What kind of background, what kind of knowledge you know about IT technologies? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, Sandhya. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, at least you know some SQL background, then it should be good. And uh, Harita, are you there? Or are you connected voice? Or are you just viewing the web? Okay, that's nice. Everybody knows some basics, and some of them are doesn't know. It's not. Don't worry about that. So, Let's go ahead and start the basic class today. And uh, today class we are talking about some basic introduction. I will describe what is the difference between the extra guru training and regular guru training, and I will explain total course duration, how it works. So basically this course is about SQL Server business intelligence with the T SQL. So what I can do, I will start with the T SQL basic language, which is basic for any SQL Server database. So after that, I will elaborate some more technologies, SSIS, SSRS, and SSAS little bit. So SSIS, SSRS are related to the data warehousing technology. So, but you don't have to worry about it if you don't know anything about T SQL data warehousing technology. So we will slowly start up and will gradually increasing, and you can understand easily. So basically, the regular training and the extra guru training difference is I will teach slowly based on the student pace. Can you please somebody can everybody can mute? Then we don't get any noise. Yeah, that's nice. So basically what I can do, I will teach slowly, and once any exercise or any topic is completed, then I will give you some exercise files, or also I will refer some books. So if you have a time, you can study that book, and I will whenever I teach, I will explain what are the interview questions, how they ask, and how you have to answer as an experienced person. And also what I can do every time whenever the class is completed, I will send you the recorded video. If you miss any class, then you can listen that class too. And also I will send the lab exercise. If you try to practice without see the answers, that will be is a motivation to increase your knowledge, and it will be easy to get the job. So if you don't get any answer, or it is tough for you to solve the answer, then you can go ahead and view the answer, and you can practice that too. And basically this total course duration is about 50 hours, 50 or 55 hours, or 45 days. It depends on the student requirements, because some students they wants to be class every day 1 hour, or some of them they wants to be completed very fast. So total we will cover around 50 hours, 50 to 55 hours, including with the T SQL and SSIS, SSRS. I will teach little bit about SSAS, but you don't have to worry about that, because most of the jobs are based on SSIS and SSRS. The student doesn't require to know any IT background, but if you know some basic T SQL or some basic SQL language, that is easy for you to understand. But still, if you don't know anything, don't worry. We will slowly, I will teach how to get the answer, how to solve the T SQL problems, and also we will start from the basic. And every time, as I mentioned, once you complete the course, or once you complete the lab or any exercise, then you can read the book, or you can ask any questions to me. Like for example, if you're practicing and you will get some questions, or if you have doubts, then you can send an email to me. I will give you the email address, then I will reply back to you immediately, or maybe after 1 or 2 days. And our course is compatible. We are going with the GoToMeeting software. So the course you can listen from the mobile or tablets or even desktop too. So you don't have to worry about it. Like you should not. I mean, you don't require to sit in front of the desktop. But most important is your concentration, because where you are watching it doesn't matter, but your concentration is more important. So then only you can understand easily, and you will get job very soon if you understand properly everything. So but basically we are compatible all devices, so you can watch anywhere with any devices. And before we jump into the any SQL Server or any other classes, let's start with the basics. For example, whenever you try to log in into the Yahoo email address, so what you do generally, you have to enter your email address and password. Then once you click in the sign in option, then you will see your email addresses. But one thing you have to understand, where can I get all those emails? So basically you are logging in, but after you log in, you are getting all the informations, all the data, all the any email information. So all this information stored in a specific database. So basically database is nothing but storage of all your structured languages. So I will explain more details about structured language, but when you work any IT software, is not only the Yahoo, Facebook, or any bank account or any insurance policy, once you log in, you are trying to retrieve the data. So retrieving the data means you need to store the data in somewhere. So which is a database. So database is nothing but to store the data. That is a basic concept. So even database, there are different companies, but the database basic concept is to store the data. So every time whenever we create a database or anyone talking about the database, that means they are talking about some data information which is stored in the database. And one more important thing, when you go to the job or when you work in the enterprise organization, basically in general word we will call website. But when you work in the enterprise organization, when you get into the IT job, the terminology will change. So basically it is mean by website, but the terminology is called application. So if anyone is talking about the application, which means they are talking about website, but the terminology is more important when you work in the organization. So every time as a developer, as a business intelligence developer, either T SQL developer, you are working as some queries, you are trying to retrieve the data. So if anyone is asking or if anyone is talking about application indirectly, which is called a website, but don't forget to call as a application. So here every time whenever you enter the username and password, so which means the Yahoo application, then once you enter, then you will get your emails or any kind of information from the database. And also let's start about T SQL introduction. Basically when you, as I mentioned, when you log in into the application or when you log in into the any website, you're trying to see the data, but there is a background mechanism, it will retrieve the data. So for example, if I log in with my ID credentials, then I can see my email address, email. So if you log in your email address, then you can see your email. So based on that, there is a behind the logic. So don't worry about what kind of logic and what is that. Just I'm giving some basic idea how the internal works. So then only we will slowly jump into the more details about the T SQL language and you will understand more about that. But basically when you retrieve the data or when you retrieve the emails information, then the database has some basic language which is SQL. SQL means structured query language. This is the basic interview question too. If anyone asks you what is the SQL, which means structured query language. So structured query language means you are going to write some queries based on a specific structure with the relation. So if I'm talking about relation or something specific, you don't have to worry about it, just giving the basic idea. So any time whenever you retrieve the data, whenever you're working on some T SQL queries, which means you have to write some T SQL language or you have to write some SQL language. So the T SQL means it is Microsoft SQL Server. They have a different SQL language. Oracle, they have a different SQL language. But whenever we are talking about the Microsoft SQL language, which is T SQL. So in this course, we are going to be more focusing on T SQL language. So T SQL language works with the Microsoft SQL Server database. So as I mentioned, the database means storing the data. So each company, they have own different structure of databases. So Oracle has the different database, SQL Server has a different database, and Teradata Teradata. So all these are different companies, but our course is mainly focusing on Microsoft SQL Server database. So SQL Server database, you have to retrieve the data with the T SQL language. So I will explain more details about what is T SQL, how to start with, and in future classes. But I'm just giving some introduction how the T SQL, what is the database works. And also this course is also mainly focusing on business intelligence. Why we need a business intelligence means this our course is basically SSIS and SSRS. So there are more jobs outside in the market. So basically what we can do, if you wants to work on some business intelligence, which means, as I mentioned, in every time whenever we log in into the Yahoo or any insurance application, so our data is stored into some specific database. So here when you see the mark here, we have a different databases. So for example, if you try to copy some information on your laptop, and also at the same time if you try to watch the movie on the same laptop, what will happen? Definitely somewhere it will stuck or it will slow down your laptop performance. Why? Because there is a huge amount of process going on. So one side is uploading the photos and another side is you're watching the movie. So basically your laptop is, there is a certain limitation to manage the operation. Same way in the database side, your emails, my emails, there are thousands of lakhs of emails they have to store. So the single database cannot manage that data. So what we have to do, we have to create a multiple databases, multiple servers. So basically this diagram is describing about multiple data. So all, for example, all our emails. So this is Yahoo. Yahoo is going to be stored all our email informations. So what Yahoo wants to see is, he wants to see who is the most accounts have, which country people are using most Yahoo Mail. So how can they see? They cannot see all of them at one place, because we have, for example, we have some lakhs of mails and we are managing some hundreds of servers. So they cannot get all the information to join with. So what they want to do, they want to combine all the user information. That's it. So instead of emails, what they can do, okay, this is Kranti and this is someone else. So please get the names from each of this database and put it in somewhere of the destination and see. So what they can do, okay, they can get the each name, each user information and combine all users. And for example, let's say we are looking for some maximum number of accounts. So what they can do, each user has a name and each user has an account ID. So they will get the number of IDs and combined, summarizing all of them, 1 2 3 4 5, total 1000. So to aggregate that, they will extract the data from the source and put it into somewhere, and they will do whatever they want. They will analyze which country or which, how many accounts they have. So if you don't understand right now, you don't have to worry about it. I'm just giving some basic business intelligence idea. So this is basically, but our course is basically on Microsoft. So I was talking about SSIS, SSRS, and so SSIS, what they can do is they will use to transfer the data. For example, I mentioned here that we have some lot of servers, lot of databases here. So we want to move the data from this server to this server. So how can we do? For example, you are trying to copy the movies. So you are copying the movies from the laptop to the hard drive. So how can you do it? Currently you have a simple copy tool, then you can do it. But some other location to do the fast, they have a separate tool. So just you can copy and paste it into the hard drive, then it will copy. Or let's say, for example, if you try to upload the images, your photos on a Google, so if you upload the images on the Google, but background they have a specific code and tool to do the process. So the tool will be convert the photos into the different format onto compatible to the databases. So it's just nothing but moving the data from one location to another location. The same way, if you are trying to move the SQL Server database from one location of server to the another location of server, then you can use the SSIS tool. So SSIS is nothing but SQL Server Integration Services. So this is main important. If you know the T SQL well, then SSIS is not that much complicated. So T SQL is the most important. And before I going to move forward, I just want to know everybody understand what I teach now, or please if you have any questions you can ask right now. Anybody has any questions, or do you guys understand what I teach, or it is okay, let's see. Okay, so now it looks good, and so what I can do, I will move forward. SSIS is nothing but we can use to move the data from one server to the another server. So when I was talking about the data, means the tables or some other information, you will come to know what kind of information we can transfer from the one server to the another server. And SSAS is you don't have to worry about it, because this is used only big companies, because they have a huge amount of data, then they will use the SSAS analysis services. But it is completely different. We are not going to cover that much information about SSAS, because the reason is if I teach the SSAS you will get a lot of confusion, because there is a separate language for SSAS to pull the data. So basically you don't have to worry about it, because the jobs are very less on SSIS, but you have to focus on SSRS. So SSRS and SSIS. So as I mentioned, when we looking into the SSIS, so once you transfer the data from source to the another destination means the location where you are going to be copied to. So for example, I just want to open one browser here. I want to show you what I can do when I teach all the time. When I have a YouTube, what I can do, if every time I will analyze my statistics. So how many students are watching my videos, and what is the topic most of the students watch on the video. So what I can do, I will analyze all these reports. So basically this is nothing but a report. So I was talking about earlier that we are going to be store the data into the database, and our database is in different format. For example, when every user wants to see the video, which means what they can do, they will go and just click on the video. So but when the user click on the video, the data will store into the database, but that database is not work as it is to see the analytics like this. So what they can do, they will combine all the users data and they will transfer into the different server or different database. Why they wants to transfer to the different database? Because as I mentioned, if you work a laptop, if you're trying to upload the photos, if you're trying to copy the data from one location to the other location, your laptop will get huge load. So that's why you cannot perform those both operations on the same laptop. So at the same time, when I perform this YouTube and we wants to see the person which country where, so we cannot perform on the same server, same database. So what they can do, generally organization, they will use the SSIS tool and get the data from the source and move into the destination, another SQL Server database. So another SQL Server database, they will use SSRS, which is reporting tool. Reporting means, as I showed just now, that this is nothing but a report, like how many users is viewing and what kind of video is the most visibility. So all these reports will generated. So in a Microsoft, we use SSRS tool, SQL Server Reporting Services. So this is the tool used to view the reports. So basically you have to remember SSIS is the SQL Server Integration Services, which is transfer the data from one server to the another server, and SSRS, which is used to view the reports based on the statistics, whatever the business requirements. So this is basically I was trying to give you some basic introduction about T SQL and business intelligence. So total we will cover 15 hours, which means around 15 days for the T SQL. So I will teach some basics to the advanced level how the T SQL works, and also I will explain the each interview question. For example, if I am teaching some specific topic on the T SQL, then at the same time I will explain what kind of questions you may get it on the interview and how to answer that question too. And also at the same time, when I teach the SSIS and SSRS, then I will explain the same way the interview questions and how to answer that. So before I moving forward, I just want to show you, you don't have to worry about it now, but I just want to show you the physical how the SQL Server works. So tomorrow class I will teach you how to install this software and how to start with the software. So basically this is the SQL server. So I was talking about database. See, these are our all databases. So every information stored in some specific tables, and all, for example, we generally see the departments, right? So you see all the department names and everything stored in the table. So basically that way all the SQL Server data is stored into the database. So but tomorrow I will teach how to install this software, and also I will show you how to get that database. And also there is a one more tool we are going to use into this course is data tools, which I was talking about SSIS, right? So this is a sample exercise I teach in the earlier class. So basically we will create some SSIS packages to load the data from one locations to the another location. So I think basically what we can do, we just drag some tools and we get some information. So you will come to know, and it will definitely, I'm 100% confident that you will have a fun on this, because it is very interesting tool. If you know the T SQL, then you don't have to worry about just drag and drop, and you have to use the same T SQL code in here. And there is some additional functionalities you have to know, but I will teach one by one after the T SQL. So first I will complete the basic T SQL only, because then only you will understand the SSIS properly, and even SSRS also. So that is the introduction class for today. So if you have any questions, so you can ask now. Okay, I will slowly unmute each of the students. So I just want to know that you understand properly, or any questions. Okay, Anusha, do you have any questions at the moment, or do you understand? Hello, Anusha, are you there? Hello? Hello, Anusha, do you understand, or you have any questions? Okay, that's nice. So you are comfortable the way I teach, or you want to go me slowly, or you are okay with this much pace? Okay, very nice. Harita, can you give me your feedback Do you understand or any questions?
Yeah, I understood the class. As of now, there are no questions.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And Manasa, we'd like to know your feedback because you are non-IT background. So, hello, hello, Manasa, are you there?
Yeah, hi, Kranti. I'm
Yes.
okay with it, Kranti.
So you understand the basics what I teach? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So this pace you can go with this pace, or you want me to go a little bit slower?
No problem. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Okay, very good. And Sandhya, please can I get the feedback?
Yeah, it's going good, Kranti.
Okay.
Very nice.
Okay. Stravia.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Uh, can I get the feedback from Sushma? So then we can complete the class today.
Yeah, it's yeah, speed and everything is okay with me.
Okay, okay, very good. Then everybody understood the basic concept. So we'll go a little bit more deeper from tomorrow onwards. And if you have any question, then you can send emails to me. I will send an email address to all your email IDs. And then, and also tomorrow class may little bit go longer because what I will teach how to install the software. So then we can start our T SQL and SSIS from tomorrow onwards. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.